What if I told you Wakanda wasn't just imagined? That Black Panther wasn't a fantasy pulled from thin air, but a story stitched together from real African memory. Long before colonization, Africa was not silent or poor. It was powerful. In West Africa, the Mali Empire controlled global gold trade. In the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia crowned kings while Europe was still forming itself. In the south, Great Zimbabwe rose in stone without mortar, defying time. And in what is now Benin, there was a kingdom called Dahomey. Here, history gets even sharper. Dahomey was defended by an elite, all-female military force known as the Agoji. Women recruited from the Fon people, trained for battle, discipline, and loyalty. They weren't symbolic guards. They were frontline soldiers. European officers wrote about them with fear. Their precision, their courage, their refusal to retreat. The Dora Milaje weren't invented. They were remembered. Now look again at Wakanda. T'Challa isn't just a superhero. He's a sacred king, a ruler tied to something older than politics. Because one of the most African things in Black Panther isn't the suit. It's what he does before major decisions. He consults his ancestors. He enters the ancestral realm, listens, and returns with direction. That wasn't fantasy to our ancestors. In many African cultures, leadership wasn't just, what do I want? It was, what does the lineage require? What does the clan remember? What do the ancestors approve? Even in ancient Egypt, pharaohs carried this idea. They were not just rulers, but spiritual bridges, expected to uphold cosmic order and guided by the unseen. But when colonization came, that spiritual system was attacked. Ancestral reverence was labeled evil. Sacred practices were called dark. And once the spiritual backbone was weakened, control became easier. Now look at Killmonger. He isn't just a villain. He's what happens when the link breaks. When a child is separated from roots, memory, and spiritual identity, then sent back with rage instead of belonging. That conflict isn't good versus evil. It's Africa remembering itself, and Africa being forced to forget. Black Panther was never just entertainment. It was a question disguised as a movie. What would Africa have become if it never lost its memory? Welcome to Deep Waters, where history runs deep and secrets are revealed.